Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets wants you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. I'm your host, Psychic Shelley Hofberg, and today's special guest is Bob Stahl. He is known as Bob the Psychic. He is a tarot reader and medium, and today he's going to be talking about what intuition is and how you can connect to your intuition. And before I bring up Bob Stahl, I just want to let you know that I'm going to be doing a Pet Psychic Circle at the BOTI Studios in Anaheim on August 3rd, and I'm going to be doing one in September, October. The cost is $35. It's a 2-hour event. So for those of you who are anywhere near Anaheim, Orange County, California, please, if you'd like to attend the Pet Circle, call me at 818-744-5241 or go to my email, shelleyhofberg@gmail.com, so I can put you on the list, and go to my website, www.psychichorizon.com, to check the dates and let me know what date you would like to attend. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing Facebook Live, and you go to Psychic Shelley Hofberg, my Facebook page. I will be doing tarot, clairvoyant, medium, and pet psychic readings, and the Facebook Live show is from 12 p.m. To 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And on July 18th, I'm having as my guest Brian Walls, and I will be announcing my guests for next week. I haven't selected them yet. I'll do a video on Facebook, and you can listen to it there. And I'm now ready to bring on my guest, Bob the Psychic. Hello, Bob.
Hi, Shelley. How are you? Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, Bob, and thank you for being on my show. You're always a good guest.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm all excited. This should be good.
And, Bob, can you tell the callers about yourself?
Sure. So my business is bobthepsychic.com. I'm a tarot and angel card reader, psychic and medium. I'm located in Scottsdale, Arizona, but I do readings over the phone via Zoom, like video calls, or if you're in the Arizona area, you're welcome to come to my apartment home. All my information is on the website. It's bobthepsychic.com, and that's basically my story. I also go to all the psychic fairs here in Arizona. There's two of them, that circle around. There is one in 2 weeks called the Phoenix Psychic Fair. I'll be at that. I also go, if you're in the Phoenix metro area, I go to the Phoenix First Friday Art Walk. That's tomorrow. It's First Friday. I'll be at the corner of 4th Street and Roosevelt in downtown Phoenix. But if you want to know more about me, go to my website. It's bobthepsychic.com.
All right. And, Bob, what are a few ways you can become more intuitive?
That's a great question. I get asked this one all the time. So I think there's 4 or 5 things that come right off the top of my head. The first one is listening. I know it sounds simple enough, but you just have to listen to your gut and listen to the first thing you hear about something or a situation. That is your intuition talking. If you have to question it or you think oh, I don't know that that's right, and then you say or do something else, most likely that saying or doing something else, that wasn't your intuition. That was more like your ego trying to protect you. And in my experience, when I do that and not listen to the first thing, I'm usually wrong. So that would be the first one. The other one I just mentioned is trusting your gut feeling. That's for sure true, too. So it's the first thing you hear or feel about someone. If you're not sure how to connect with that, you can just try to start feeling things around you. I'm trying to think of a good example. When something happens around me and I know it's some message or it's someone I'm supposed to meet, I usually feel like I get goosebumps or some kind of sense of nerves or something going off. That's a good sign of it too. And the other thing that's really important is about letting bad feelings go. It's about releasing all the yuck you've been carrying around. Whatever that yuck is, it doesn't really matter what kind of yuck it is, but if it's something negative from a previous relationship or a previous bad experience, the more you release that and just in your head, just say, you know what, I want to release this back to the universe. It's not my story. It's not who I am anymore. And by doing that kind of meditation or breathing or just kind of keep saying it, that'll help release and it'll make that other voice, that intuitive voice, a little bit louder for you.
Awesome. And Bob, let's take our first caller, which is area code 310. Hello, 310.
Hello. This is
Hi.
Cecilia. Hello, both of you.
Pleasure talking to.
Cecilia.
Hi, Cecilia. And Cecilia, how can we help you today?
I just wanted Bob to give anything that he has in general. I'm in the UK. I was thinking of cutting my trip short and going back to the United States a little early.
Well, I don't feel that you have to cut your trip short. I feel like the reason you're thinking that is from fear or ego, I've been here too long. I definitely feel like the reason you're there is to explore new opportunities around you or experience new things that you're going to bring into your life. So I don't feel like you need to cut your trip short. I do feel like you are overall on the right path in your life, you've made a lot of decisions, a lot of shifts and changes over the last 6 months to a year, and I feel like now it's just about putting them all into action. I feel like if you leave too soon, you're going to miss seeing something that you're supposed to see. And I feel like whatever this thing is, I think you're supposed to see it in the next 3 days, and it's just going to give you a whole new lot on life. It could be like going to, being in England. I want to say one of the old churches or something. It feels like it's an old church of some sort that you're supposed to go and see and look at. It might already be on your agenda, I'm getting to. If that makes sense to you, go see it. But I don't feel like you're supposed to leave early. Does that help? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any questions about that?
Yes. Is it I was going to go to Scotland in sometime, that's one of the options, Scotland or France, or just go to France and then go straight to the U.S.
I feel like Scotland. I feel like you're not ready to see France. I feel like you're supposed to go to Scotland while you're there.
Yeah. Okay.
So go to Scotland. Shelley, go ahead. What do you got?
It feels like there, is going to be one or two other trips coming up in addition to the trip to the UK. You are going to be taking 2 more trips. They are in Europe. I feel that Europe is where you need to be traveling, and Europe is where you need to be exploring. But there's also a trip possibly coming up to Australia. I don't think you're planning either of these trips right now, so I think you'll be going back to traveling to Europe to maybe 2 or 3 countries that you haven't been to before. I think possibly going back to England, but not the UK, but back to England, maybe London or Liverpool, going to France, and there may be a trip coming up possibly in Switzerland or Holland. I feel you're going to be finding a travel agency. I don't see you making reservations for the airport. You would be, making reservations for a travel agent. So I think you're going to be doing a lot of more travel. You are going to be also doing some traveling in the United States, not just the state that you live in, but other states, going to special events. There'll be events coming up in other states that you're going to be wanting to go to. I feel that you're going to be meeting a traveling companion, someone that you're going, when you take a trip somewhere in the United States, you are going to be meeting a man, and that is someone that you're going to have a connection with, and that you and this man will be traveling together. And Bob, how can Cecilia get in contact with you?
Cecilia, you can get in touch with me. Go to my website. It's bobthepsychic.com, and I do readings over the phone or via Zoom, so you're welcome to book something there, and I'm happy to call you. That would be perfect.
Oh, that would be. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
And thank you for calling, dear. I'm now going to continue my interview. I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob the Psychic, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 347. What are some of the ways people can become more intuitive?
Yeah, so I talked about a few of them before, but I kind of broke this up into two things. One of them, or one of the ones that I follow, is about being deliberate about the people that you hang out with. So I am very careful about making sure that the people that are around me are positive, that they're not like energy vampires. An energy vampire, it's not as bad as it sounds, but it's basically someone who like zaps all your energy from you and is like a taker all the time. A lot of people, I want to say, they don't even realize they're doing it. So it's not like it's a negative thing on them. But if you feel like you're always giving and not getting anything back, or that you feel like there's something, I want to say missing, that's someone to like really look hard. Do you need to be around them? Is there someone you need to change that relationship? Is there something, that you need to say to them? Because getting rid of that, like that sense of energy, will make it easier for you to detect your own intuition. A couple other things about, besides connecting with others, is I try to connect with other people who are more intuitive. So I would suggest, if you're really interested in doing that, there could be groups around you, like here in the U.S. There's meetup.com, and Meetup has different groups in different cities, like people liking to do all sorts of different things for hobbies. But Meetup has groups of spiritual people. That might be a way to find the spiritual community around you, other people who are working on their intuition. Two of the other things that I do that are on my little note sheet here, one of them says find time to be silent and still. So every evening I make sure that I'm in a quiet place, even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes or right before I go to sleep, but that grounding thing where you're kind of like laying in bed and letting all the day's energy like flow out of you. And then I ask in my head, what is it that I learned today, and what is it that I need to know for tomorrow? And in the beginning, I hear stuff. Like I'll hear what it is I need to know. So it's something that I figured out a long time ago. So I would suggest trying that. You might not hear something when you first do it, but eventually, the more that you practice, the more that those things will come out. And finally, the last thing I want to mention is using your dream time well. So when you have a dream. Oh, wow, I have the hiccups. When you have a dream about something that's important when you wake up, try to write down or try to remember what it was talking about to see how that affects your life. Because I notice a lot of times in my personal life, like if something dramatic happens or I'm working on a project, you tend to dream about it. And that's your brain like working all the details out and letting the universe guide you as to what is next. So that would be one thing to do too, like keep a dream journal. And then as you read them, you'll get messages about yourself. And that's one way too to connect to your intuition, because that usually is your intuition speaking to yourself. There you go, Shelley.
Oh, awesome. Well, let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 347. Hello, 347.
Oh, wow. Happy 4th of July, and thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
And who do we have the pleasure of speaking to, dear?
You are speaking with Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
How can we help
Hi,
you today,
guys.
Stacy?
How are you? I'm not even sure. I'm just so happy that I finally got through on your show. It's hard getting through to you guys. So I'm not sure if I should ask about finances or should I ask about a future love life.
Well, I'll go first. I feel like we're supposed to talk about love life. I feel like you're someone who is very lighthearted, that you've been working on releasing some self-doubt around you, and you're definitely going through like an expansion. I feel like the more and more that you put out into the universe that you're ready to meet that special person, the easier it is that they're going to become. They're going to come around you. I do feel like there is somebody new coming perhaps in September or October of this year. I feel like it's not somebody you know, and it's kind of going to catch you off guard, but I definitely feel like the next 2 or 3 months you're in a great phase of great happiness and abundance, and there's great things going on around you that you're very fortuitous, like you're bouncing back from things around you that might have dragged you down, especially back in 2017. So I just feel like you're in a good place, and right now your heart is really thinking about the love life more than the money, the abundance. I feel like the abundance is going to be fine. I think next year is going to be a great year for you, and this year you're just doing well, but next year I feel like there's more money, more abundance coming. There could even be a job change or some kind of promotion for you beginning of next year. I want to say that's January. I usually hear 1 month, but I usually give you like a 3-month range. I'm hearing it's in February, so I'll go anytime between January and March, just the way, things line up. Does that make sense? Questions?
It makes a lot of sense. I love it. Yes. Well, so definitely I am looking to change careers. That's one. Two, I'm going back to public speaking school to get more proficient and release some of the shyness that I have that I had since I was a child. And it feels good. As far as I love life, I'm taking your advice.
Perfect. Shelley, I have some for you too, though. Don't go yet. Go ahead, Shelley.
I feel, Stacy, that you would make a good speaker, and that you probably are going to be having some speaking engagements, coming up. One would be at a women's club. The other one would be at a expo. I feel that this summer in the state you're in, there's going to be some kind of expo that's going to be coming up, and that you will be doing a lecture at that expo, and that you will be doing a lecture at a women's group. A women's club or women's group. You need to have a website, and you don't have to pay a company to make a website, or you can create your own website. Go to GoDaddy. GoDaddy's one of the better ones, and you could create your own website, and they do have customer support. So if you have any problems while creating the site, they can help you. You don't need to pay a lot of money to have a website. Or Tiffany White Sage Woman, my show producer, produces websites. She did my website. If you go take a look at it, www.psychichorizon.com, and my website looks great. And if you like the way my website looks, go to, put her name, Tiffany White, Michelle White, on the search bar in Facebook, and you can contact her. But I think you need to have a professional website, so that people who go online who are looking for people for speaking engagements, can find you. You should check out trade shows. You should check out conventions. You should check out expos and even psychic fair. But if you did a psychic fair, it would have to be a healing or metaphysical subject that you'd have to talk about. But I think, I also feel that you may have an idea for a book.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah, because I see an idea for a book, and I'm seeing you writing a book. Writing a book.
Yes.
And so I think that you have an idea for a book. I don't see you just doing speaking engagements in the state you're in. I kind of feel that you're going to be doing some traveling for speaking engagements.
All right, that's good. All right.
And is there a dog around you?
You know what? Believe it or not, I'm intuitive. I picked up the intuition of a dog that I had when I was a kid. I can even smell him, but I am thinking about definitely getting the dog.
All right, because I think the dog that you had when you were a kid, I think that dog's around you, and he's saying, yes, you should get a dog.
Okay. Should it be a girl dog or a boy?
Don't go to the pound because they don't take good care of the pet animals there, and you could get an animal that's sick. Go to an animal rescue, to get a dog.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be a white dog. It may be a little a Shih Tzu, like white with kind of brownish, a Shih Tzu, or a little poodle, or Maltese. I see like a small little dog, and I feel it's a girl dog.
Okay, all right. Do you see what monkey's coming in?
Do I see what coming in?
You see what monkey's coming in?
I feel that you're going to get him by the end of this month. Your dog is saying you need to get it soon.
Okay.
Because the dog's maybe about 7 months or 1 year. It's a young dog.
Okay.
So it's still not a puppy. It's still a puppy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
The dog that you had in childhood, he's around you, and he's saying that you need to get this dog. That the dog is waiting for you, and when you see the dog, you're going to know it's your dog.
Okay. That sounds good.
If you would like a psychic reading, please go to my website, www.psychichorizon.com. I'm having a special, $30 for 15 minutes. So if you go to PayPal and put Shelley Hofberg at gmail.com and put $30 in, then you can have the special. And Bob, how can Stacy get in contact with you?
Stacy, you can find me at my website. It's bobthepsychic.com, and I'm in the Scottsdale, Arizona area, but I do readings over the phone just the way Shelley does, or via Zoom. However it is you need to find us, you'll be able to find us.
I will be hearing from you soon.
Thank you. It was great talking with you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Okay. Thank you.
All right. I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob the Psychic on intuition, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 856. How do you guide your intuition, Bob?
How do you guide it? For me, I ask myself the question, whatever it is, and then I go with the first thing. That's about the best way for me to guide my intuition question. I know this might sound silly, but one of the things that when I first started doing it, I would say wow, do I need to go to the grocery store? And when I need to go, I hear yes, and when I need to don't, I hear no. That might not be a good example, but that's one of the things I do. A lot of it too is when I meet people. I'll hear things about them stay away from this person, or this person has a lot of good messages for you, or whatever that kind of message might be. But those are a couple things I do. But a lot of it, I feel like it's about guiding how you're supposed to be in situations. So if you get if you need to go somewhere, or you're wondering if you need to go somewhere, like the woman that we spoke to who was talking about leaving her trip to England, cutting it short, her intuition was probably telling her no, but her ego might have been saying yes. And I'm not using ego in a bad way, but there might have been some fear or something around that something was sensing. But both Shelley and I both said, no, you should stay longer. And then Shelley even mentioned how she's going to be going there again, or going to other places around there. But those are the two tricks I use. There's a lot of other information out there on the internet. If you Google growing your intuition, that's one thing to do. But that's basically my little trick. Is there something you do, Shelley?
Is there something I do to
to help raise your intuition? Yeah.
I usually, meditate. I feel that meditation is really good for connecting with one's intuitive ability. So I might meditate for about 10 or 15 minutes, twice a day, when I get up in the morning and at night. So I usually will meditate. And I also like to do channel writing, where I allow spirit to come. Channel writing is a little different than automatic writing because you have the information comes through, you connect with the guides around you, and you ask the spirit guides around you to give you messages, and the information comes through, and you can feel, you can get feelings and you get thoughts, and you write it down, and I feel that's a good way to get information for yourself, and so I also do channel writing. And Bob, let's take our next caller, which is area code 856.
Hi,
Hello,
this is Laura in New Jersey. Hi.
Hi, Lauren.
Laura.
Oh,
Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Laura,
how can we help you?
I would like to know what you see for me around getting an increase in work pay so that I can purchase my home.
That's interesting. All right, hold on. You want to know what it's about around your... I feel like you're supposed to be you're supposed to make known more to the people that you work for the kind of work you're doing or the amount of work you're doing, and that might set it up in a way to have a discussion about salary opportunities. I feel like that's the way you're supposed to put it to them. I'm saying that you're looking to, grow with the company or make a change. I feel like there is going to be an opportunity in, when is that one? It might be around you now, July, August, in order to have, to have that conversation. There could also be a promotion or a change coming. That feels to me like it's in September. I do feel like you're not going to be able to buy the home or have the money around you. It might not be till maybe the end of next year, but I do feel like it is coming. But now might be a good time to use this, the way things are right now to talk about your future at the place where you're working at now and seeing if there are the right future there for you. I feel like in some ways they might not notice that you're interested in doing it, or they just haven't realized it. It's one of those things. So it might be a conversation like that, and I feel like if that's right, you are going to have that conversation. I feel like it's in the next 2 to 4 weeks, like it's around you right now. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Well, it's somewhat. I'm on a contract, and the leadership asked my boss to include representatives from my department and his, and he told me on the way home last night that he wasn't going to be pulling me into that meeting, which I don't know why.
I feel like in some way he's like, I heard the word scared or concerned, but I feel like you might, I think he's scared or concerned because I feel like you might overshadow him in a way, that he wants to look like the one that he's in control. I feel like that, that's interesting. I feel like because of that, that might be the impetus for you to have the conversation about, like, is there a future here? What's next? The contract thing, the contract might run, when does your contract run out? Does it run out around the end of the year, in October, November?
Yeah. So they just extended me, and it's supposed to go until the end of January.
Okay. I feel like in October or November there might be a change because I feel like that you're going to kind of ask them about what the future is there, and you might make a change in October, November. I feel like, I don't know that you're going to live out that contract. I feel like you might leave early. So there might be a new opportunity or a new place coming that's better. I feel like they might pay a little less than what you're getting now, but there's better opportunity there in the long run. I hope that helps more. Shelley, what do you feel on that?
I feel that because of this one man, the one that doesn't want you at the meeting, that may be a little bit, threatened by you. I agree with Bob. He kind of wants to be in the spotlight. That there might not be much opportunity for advancement there. So I agree with Bob that you're not going to be staying there to the end of your contract. I think that in August and mid-September, there's going to be another company that is going to, you'll start off as a have a contract with them. It'll start off as a contract, and then you would be hired as a permanent employee. at the time that the contract ends. The contract would be for 6 months. At the end of 6 months, they will hire you as an employee. And so it looks like there'll be more job security and a long-term employment for you. And that company feels like better. It feels like, to me, a lot of opportunities for promotion, a lot of opportunities for growth, a lot of opportunities for you to expand, to expand. So that one does look good. So I don't think you're going to be staying there, because I think this man is just trying to kind of keep you under his thumb. And even if you worked, you can talk to them about your future there. But even if you were, and I think it would be a positive conversation, he wants to keep you where you're at. So I think that you're going to be leaving, and you're going to be getting a better job and having a better future and making more money and having permanent employment and maybe starting off as a contractor, but then having permanent employment. And Bob, how can Laura get in contact with you? Lori, I mean.
Hi. You can find me on my website. It's really easy to remember. It's bobthepsychic.com, and even if you're not in the Phoenix metro area, no problem. I do readings over the phone or Zoom, like video readings, so it's easy to get a hold of me. So, again, my website is bobthepsychic.com.
Great. I will. I'll look you up. I appreciate that. Thank you both for the reading.
My pleasure. You're welcome.
And you, Lori, you can get a hold of me at 818-744-5241.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
You're welcome.
And I just wanted to let my before I take my next caller, which is area code 216, I wanted everybody to know that I'm going to be at the Spiritual Living Expo. The theme is Out of Africa. I'm going to be giving a lecture on animal communication. I will be doing an animal communication workshop next year. For those of you who are in California, I probably will be doing it at Boda Studio, BOTI. And if you're interested, contact me and I'll get you on the list. And I'm going to be doing a pet circle on August 3rd. I have another one coming up and on the first Saturday of September and October. It's $35 for 2 hours. You can bring your pets or a photograph of them. I deal with pets that are alive, and I also communicate with pets that have passed on. So if anybody is interested in the pet circle, are interested in the animal communication workshop, go to my website and call me so I can put you on the list. And for anyone in Anaheim, the Spiritual Living Expo is going to be at the Museum of Woman and Anaheim from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come to listen to my pet lecture. I'll be doing pet psychic readings, tarot readings, clairvoyant readings, and medium readings. And so we're now ready to take our next caller, which is area code 216. Hello, 216.
Hello. Happy holidays.
And who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Sharon, and I'm calling from Ohio.
Hi, Sharon.
And Sharon, how can we help you, Sharon?
Well, I am studying, and I have to take an exam for my job. So I'm so tired. I've been studying so much. On July 29th, this is Saturday. I'm taking it. No, excuse me. It's going to be on a Monday, that following Monday. How do you feel me doing with this test? Am I going to excel and expand at my job?
Well, I get a loud yes on that. I feel like you are, and that you have to continue having faith in the process of how this is going. I do feel like in some ways you might be overstudying a little bit. So it's okay for you, I feel like, to take a few days off to just kind of let it simmer or settle up there in the brain cells. But I feel like you are going to be confident. I also feel like you need to do some affirmation work or imagination where you imagine that you have already passed the test with flying colors and you've already been promoted, and to start acting as though that has already happened. It's one of the things that I've been talking about in terms of listening to your intuition and putting that thought out there. I feel like both of those things are going to help you, give you the confidence you need so you don't feel overwhelmed during the test process. But I do feel like you're going to be very prepared, and I do feel like you are going to pass, but a lot of it has to be about, like, knowing that you can and not, like, psyching yourself out. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Yeah, I think it's because I work during the week and I'm so tired after work. I cram on like I have a holiday. I'm like cram on my days off and on the weekends. That's why I'm just tired because I've been doing it since 7 a.m. But let me ask you, do you see longevity at my job?
I heard yes. I feel like there's a shift coming after 6 months is what I'm getting, but I feel like it's a positive shift. So in terms of the longevity, I heard them tell me 6 months, but I don't feel like you're going to be like leaving there or like it ends, but there's some kind of shift or something that happens after the 6 months. You might be moving to a new location or doing something different within the company, but I do feel like that there is longevity there, and I feel like you just got to imagine you passed that test because I feel like you kind of already know it anyways, so that's one thing to do. The other thing I was going to say is if you're, cramming all weekend and working, 20 hours a day and all that, it's important that you do take one day off at least a week where you're not doing anything to allow yourself recharge. And a lot of the readings I do, I get that message for a lot of people, the ones that work, 20 hours a day and 10 days a week, that kind of thing. So just that one day with, like, no phone, no internet, no nothing, where you're out, like, I feel it for you, it might be reading or just kind of doing whatever it is you like to do, and it's not reading test material, just like whatever it is you enjoy, that'll help revive you and recharge you, like, for the next week, and definitely in terms of the study piece. Does that help?
It helps greatly. Thank you so much. I needed that today.
You're welcome.
I feel, Sharon, that you are going to pass this exam and that you're going to get a good score on the exam, and that possibly in February of March next year, in the company that you're currently working for, there could be some type of advancement or promotion for you coming up in February or March of next year. It feels like this is a good company for you, and that there's opportunities for growth and advancement. And around the time that you get the promotion, that there will be an increase in your money. That there will be an increase in your financial resources and your money. So I feel you'll pass the exam and do well on the career. And 1 or 2 years, or maybe 2.5 years, I feel that you're going to branch off on your own, and that you are going to be having your own business. So you may be at this company for at least another 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 at the most, and then you're going to branch off and you're going to start your own company and your own business that will be, successful. It looks like the area or the location that you're in would be is going to be good.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And Bob, how can Sharon get in contact with you?
Sharon, you can find me on my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. I do readings over the phone or via Zoom if you want to do a video one, since you're probably not in the Phoenix area. But that's how you can find me. It's bobthepsychic.com.
Thank you so much, both of you.
And Sharon, you could get in contact with me at 818-744-5241. Go to my website if you want to sign up for a reading or if you want to be on my newsletter, or if you want to sign up for an animal communication workshop, because I'm also going to be doing one on the internet next year, through a podcast or a web semester. So thank you for calling, Sharon.
Thank you very much. Have a nice holiday.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob the Psychic, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 386. What are some of the ways people are what are some of the ways people who are intuitive stay clear and focused?
That's a good question because I get asked that question a lot too in my reading. So I have like 4 or 5 ideas on that. One of the things that I do to stay clear and focused when I get up in the morning is I set a clear intention for the day. So I like lay there in bed and imagine, okay, today I'm going to accomplish, X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to be, more motivated. I'm going to practice gratitude all day. One of the things that Shelley mentioned in the last break was about how she meditates in the morning. That's a great thing too. So a lot of people, I just want to talk about that really quick. A lot of people feel like, meditation is this big, serious thing you got to do, and it's all this process. Not really. I would say the best way to do it, or the way that I've learned, is like, you just kind of relax. You take a few, like, really deep, like, calming breaths, and you're just trying to quiet your mind for a few minutes. It's like noticing that your mind is flying and then just kind of letting that go. And the more you kind of just let that go and try to be quiet, that's really what meditation is. And the more you do it, the longer that period of quietness will be, and you'll be able to work up from, say, like, 1 or 2 minutes all the way up to 10 or 15, and there is great knowledge and great connection that comes with that. The second thing that I do to stay clear and focused is practicing gratitude all day. That's being grateful for everything. Like, oh, look, I just got a good parking space, or, oh, look, I found a place to, park under a tree here in Arizona. It's 180 outside, so that's a big thing. But it's just being grateful for all the little things you find, and being grateful for everything, no matter what it is, even if it's something that could be negative, like, oh, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example, like you forgot something at home, or you forgot to buy something. There's probably a good reason you did. It may be a lesson in some way, like maybe you didn't really need it, or you didn't really want it. It's something like that. And the last thing, and I know I mentioned this before, is this whole rest and rejuvenate. I mentioned it to the last caller about taking time for yourself to allow yourself to recharge. And that's definitely by creating quiet time every day. And then for me, after a long week, I sometimes have whole quiet days and not just minutes, like on Sunday or Monday, which are my days off. I'm usually quiet. I don't, I hang out in my apartment with my dog, and I just be quiet because it helps me recharge. So that's another thing. So that whole recharging and not being go, 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 go all the time really helps keep people in line and helps keep them connected. Any thoughts about that, Shelley? Go ahead.
I really agree that meditation is the best way, to connect to the spirits around you and connect your intuition. And also, as I said earlier, do channel writing. Just close your eyes. To center yourself, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then say, whatever spirits are around me that wish to give me a message, please communicate to me, and write down the messages, because this is a good way of developing your intuition, and it's also a good way of developing, your mediumship skills. So I would say,
that's very true. Yes, I agree. That's very true. I do that writing when I do my newsletter. Like, I will close my eyes and ask, like, for a message, and that's kind of the message I send out in a couple paragraphs. So yes, that's very true too. I like that idea.
And that's great. Now let's take our next caller, Bob, which is area code 386. Hello, 386. Hello, 386.
Hi. Hi, we heard you. Go ahead. Oh, is she there?
I guess not.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's take 818. Hello, 818.
Hi, this is Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay, good. I wanted to get a message from Spirit.
Okay, do you have a specific question for Spirit, or do you want just me to tell you, like, what I'm hearing about you?
Yeah, whatever they have to tell me.
I feel like you're ready to take. Yeah, I feel like you're ready to take a big leap in your life. There's been things around you that you have been considering or wondering about, especially recently, might have been within the last 2 weeks, maybe the last month, but it is okay for you to take that big opportunity and take that big leap of faith. I feel like in some ways you're not sure if you can accomplish it or achieve it, but I feel like the answer is yes, and that is now is the time for you to do it. It is definitely you stepping out into your power, stepping out in a new way where you're going to have, I want to say, like fame and fortune, like more people noticing your gifts or your abilities to communicate. I feel like you're someone who is very warm and friendly, compassionate, kind, and the new part of your life that's coming out is going to be really putting that to work and helping that, I want to say, change the lives of others. Do you do like counseling work or like talk to people and help like cheer them up, that kind of thing? What kind of work do you do? Does that sound right?
I just talk to people, and as I talk to them, I think I'm channeling information to them.
Yeah, I feel like you are too. Yeah, because there's definitely a lot of like family harmony, that kind of thing coming around you. I also feel like I'm supposed to tell you in August and September there's going to be a challenge coming around you, and you're supposed to stand your ground. In other words, I feel like there's some energy or something coming that's going to challenge the way you have thought about things or challenge some of the things you do. And I feel like it's just a test, and it's just going to help you grow even more like into that road. But you're definitely on the right road because I feel like you're very grateful and you practice that gratitude all the time, and it really helps move you forward and all of the people that are around you. Does that make sense? Any other questions?
No, all that makes sense. No, I don't really have any questions. I'm just trying to stay motivated, positive, do affirmations, prayers, a little meditation. I do more of that, and work on my health because I've been having problems with. I think it's poor blood circulation, so I know I need to move and I need to walk more. Other than that,
and you're going to start doing that by the end of the year. I want to say by September you will have figured out a way to do that in a way that will help it. So the condition I feel like is going to improve greatly, and I feel like it's either by September or in September. So one of the two.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, and Bob, how can Carolyn get in contact with you?
You can reach me at my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. That's how you can find me.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
You're welcome.
You too. Thank you for calling, Carolyn. We're now ready to take our next caller, which is, Bob, do you have any specials on your psychic readings right now?
You know what? I don't, but I'm going to give everybody one. So when you go to my website and you book any reading, use the promo code, type in the word newsletter, 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 and it will take $10 off any reading that you do with me. Except there's a 15-minute phoner one. It doesn't take it off that. But it'll take $10 off everything else, and I'm happy to chat with you at that time. And if you mention that you saw me on Shelley's, I'll even throw in an extra 10 minutes, too. So you'll save 10 minutes, and we'll do 10 minutes longer than whatever it is that you buy. But you should just tell me when we talk on the phone that you heard me on Shelley's radio show.
All right. Let's take our next caller, which is area code 707. Hello, 707.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Hi, how can we help you?
Who would you have the pleasure of speaking to?
Yes, hi, this is Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi. I'd like to know if you see my grandson getting a job this month, and also will he be moving by September, and anything that you have for me.
So I do feel like he's going to be getting a job. I got a yes on that. In terms of the move, I don't feel like it's by September. I'm hearing October, so it might take a little bit longer. But he's definitely in the right place, and he just has to act as though it's already happened, kind of similarly to the woman who we talked a couple callers ago about the test that she's taking. So I want to do that. For you, I feel like you're being an excellent guide for him and many other people around you, that you are definitely in a place, a flow of great abundance, especially this year, that the past 6 months have been very happy for you. It's going to continue that way. I feel like there could be new money or new, it doesn't feel like an inheritance, but some kind of abundance coming. It might be the middle of next year, but there's definitely great happiness continuing for you moving forward. And I feel like the relationships around you are going to be getting better. There's going to be less drama or less concern, that people are going to be more open to the messages that you have to share and sharing things with you. Because I definitely feel like one of the things that's going on is you're really starting to express your true feelings and like be in your own personal power. Does that help? Questions about that?
Yeah, but for myself, do you see like a relationship coming in or work?
A relationship or I feel like the work one is going to be easier, and I feel like, when is that? I think it's going to be in September, the work thing for you. I feel like that you're in August will be the month where you'll really narrow down the places that you want to apply to, or the places that you are sending things to will be more of a better fit, I feel like. But I feel like there will be a job or opportunity coming for you in September.
Okay.
Other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah. Health-wise, are you picking anything up in that area?
No, I am not, but I feel like you just overcame something that was pretty big or dramatic or something. That might have been in April of last year. So there might have been something in the past, but I don't feel like there's something around you now.
Oh, good. Okay. And relationship,
Shelley, go ahead.
I do not see that for this year.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, relationship, you don't see anything coming in this year?
I don't think so. I feel like it's more the beginning of next year, because I feel like this year you're really working on the job opportunity and settling some finance and abundance concerns or questions around you, and that after that you'll be open more for the relationship. I feel like that if someone came into your life now, they might have some of those same, I want to use the word worries, although I don't know it's the right one, the same concerns you have about money and finance, and I don't feel like you're going to want to be with someone that way who's like that. I feel like you want to be with someone who's already kind of settled in their way or already has those things under like control in a way.
Yeah, money-wise, I'm not having any issues there. Money is okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I got that there might be. Well, maybe there's more coming then, because I do feel like there's more coming.
Oh, yeah, I can always accept more. But
there you go.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And hello, are you still there, Valerie?
Yes, I am, Shelley. Yes.
I think you're going to be making that the company that you're going to be getting a job at. I'm kind of feeling that you're not going to be making a long distance move, but the corporate office of the company that you'll be getting hired at may be located in Virginia or Georgia. You know, you'll still be staying in the state you're in, but when you get hired for this company, you would be, going there to Georgia or Virginia for like a 2-week period for training and orientation. Because it kind of feels to me that the job that you're going to be getting is not something you've done before. It kind of feels there's going to be like a new beginning around career, and that you're going to kind of be getting into something new that's going to be very financially lucrative. That it's going to be very financially lucrative, the job that you're going to be getting into. A relationship will come up for you, but it's not until March or April next year. I agree with Bob. This is a year for you to focus on your finances. I see something with college with your grandson. How old is he?
Oh, yeah, he's college age.
Oh, okay, because I see something with college, and I see him possibly getting a job at some kind of job at the university, working at the university, a job at the school. I see him getting.
Oh, good.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and he'll like that, working at the school. And I see him around children. Has he ever thought about doing any kind of work or studying something that would involve helping children?
No, not that I know of.
I see something with children or animals.
Animals would be more like it.
Oh, okay. It was either kids or animals. I feel possibly that he may end up becoming a veterinarian because I feel that he's very good with animals. He loves animals.
Yes.
Animals love him, and he's very good at that. And that would be a profession that he would be happy in and something he would be successful with. So I see also in a job, in addition to doing something on the campus, the college, that he also might be doing some kind of job involving animals. So it looks like there could be like two jobs.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, because he might be working in a place where there's animals, and so I think he's going to be having money coming in from more than one source, and I think that he'll end up studying veterinarian and having his own practice as a veterinarian.
Oh, that would be beautiful. Yes.
And Valerie, you need to get a hold of me. I'm at 818-744-5241. Or go to my website, www.psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show.
Great. Thank you both very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to thank Bob Stahl for being my guest on the Psychic Horizon Show. And
it was my pleasure, Shelley. Thank you.
Yes, I'll definitely have you back, Bob. You're always a great guest. And I want to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman of Goldilocks Productions, for producing the Psychic Horizon Show, and I want to thank all my callers who are participating in the Psychic Horizon Show. Thank you everybody. Thank you, and have a good day.